Sometimes we can say, I want this goal, I want to do this, that's my dream. But you don't really want that. You want something else. Find what that something else is. So today I'm going to be covering friends and families that don't support you or your goals, or both. This for me, if you would say what is the absolute top tip for success, I would say this is it. It's about creating your supportive environment, the best environment for you. Many personal development teachers talk about this. For me, it's the most important one. Tony Robbins talks about it being the seventh power. And I remember going on his workshops and actually really taking this and going, right, this is my seventh power. This is the most important thing I have to do. Who do I surround myself with? And I actually ended up losing about 80 to 85% of my friends after doing Tony Robbins. And we talked about it there. We made connections with different people. And I would say I made up those friends with the 80% from my Tony Robbins environment or personal development environment. And I absolutely put it down to the people I hanged around with at the time and still do. They were like close friends, is the key to my success, because they don't only just support you, they encourage you. They're like your fans, and they have resources that you can always tap into and go, oh, what would you do if I were doing this? So they become your mastermind group as well. So here are my tips for when you don't have that supportive environment, when it doesn't start out like this. And people find this the hardest thing because there's emotions, there's relationships, there's memories of these relationships that you have with various different people. So I would say, first of all, connect to how important is it for you to have these dreams that you have. Are they really important? Which ones are the ones that your top three that are the most important? Because sometimes we can say, I want this goal, I want to do this, that's my dream. But you don't really want that. You want something else. Find what that something else is. So what you need is absolute, first of all, commitment to be committed to your dream. And then when you look at that dream, you can look at the people around you, or that goal, if you want to call it. Look around you, your family, your friends, your work colleagues. Look around you and go, right, if I want to achieve this, let's take money as an example. I want to achieve £1 million in 5 years. Look around in your environment and say, okay, who in my environment has potentially created that million? Who is on their path to create that million? Who is actually really negative about money? Who has got, the mentality of money doesn't grow on trees and aren't abundant? So it starts giving you the people that you should maybe connect with those people, where you kind of going, okay, these goals is what I've got in common with them. And you want to be looking at, well, who are those people that you would ask advice of, or even spend time with them, because now that's your goal. The people who don't serve you in those goals, doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely. That is quite drastic. The way I did it, I just phased it out slowly. I just slowly started spending less time with them. I never talked to them about my vision for my goals. I just talked about other things that made them happy. And eventually we kind of just drifted apart, and it just fizzled out, which was a nicer way of doing it, rather than I don't want to do this because I don't like you. So list your friends, list them, your friends and family that can help you, and then look at how you can maybe make conversations about that and enjoy that process. Get curious, ask them questions, but also support them in their goals as well. Be around people who are on the same path only, and share your goals only with those people. If you start sharing it with the people you love, you can sometimes be open to them crushing your dreams. Because when you go, oh, I want to be a millionaire, and you're talking to maybe a parent and they've tried all their life to just about cope to take you through your education, and you're coming in, what sometimes people can do is they make it about themselves. They kind of go, well, what we've done for you isn't good enough. You can't do that, you're not good enough. But what they're trying to do is keep you small because it makes them feel good. Now, they don't do it intentionally, they do it purely because they love you and they don't want you to get hurt because that's their belief system. So look at who there is around you and use the people that you've got. The others, fizzle them out slowly. And then look actively for people who are doing what you're doing. Now, that might be through networking, that might be going to events, that might be communities on Facebook and other social media. Connect with that network, go and spend time with them. You'll make different friends, you'll get different perspectives, and start looking to change that environment. That doesn't mean you don't love your friends and family, it just means you're spending different quality time with different people. Again, I cannot tell you the importance of this rule or this concept, whatever you want to call it. Who you surround yourself with is who you will become. Another example is, let's say you want to be a millionaire. If you take the 5 people you hang around with, take their salaries, what they earn, divide them by that 5, you will get an average, and that average will be the money you will be making. It's a proven little formula. Try it out, it will be interesting for you to see. So what you want to do, if a goal is $1 million, which not everyone's is, but if your goal is, you want to be going, okay, who am I hanging around with? How can I hang around with people who are maybe not making the $1 million yet, but are making maybe 100,000 if your average is 20 or 30. You're going to be going just up a little bit. So that's a little challenge for you. Go out and see, do the calculation. Who are you hanging around with? Obviously don't ask them and tell them, but have a guess on how much they might earn. You don't want to be hurting people's feeling. It's not about that. It's always about being kind to people, but you just thinking that what serves you. And see what your financial sort of environment is. But you can do it with other things as well. You can do it with health, you know, the people you hang around with, what are their eating habits, what are their fitness habits. You want to then be hanging around with the people who are striving to be fit and have that environment. So it's all about the environment, it's not about the people. So don't get fixated on, oh, I'm going to hurt my friends and family. It's not about that. You're creating the perfect environment for you to thrive and to be able to excel in your goals. So I just want to reiterate again, this is my top success rule for success. It is your environment. So I encourage you to look at your environment, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Like our page, subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to mentoring you more as we go. Thank you.